Friends, very happy morning to all of you. I welcome you all for a special session on this technology tech takeaways. Before I get into this subject per se, there are two announcements I would like to make. One is I request each and every one of you to pay your membership fees on time. Do not wait till the last date of 30th September. Many times we get gets missed in the tax audit, mainly and other preoccupations. Kindly pay it on time. And all the payments will have to be compulsorily routed through SSP portal only. So last time there were some relaxation allowed where people were permitted to pay directly. This time it is not going to be there. Kindly log in through your SSP. If there are any difficulties, kindly write to us or write through e-Sahayata. They'll immediately resolve it. A lot of things in SSP which was, a lot of problems which were there initially has now got resolved. So kindly see that you are paying your fees on time. Second is my request to contribute for the ICI COVID-19 relief fund. We have a target of contributing 21 crores to our Prime Minister's relief fund, the COVID fund actually. So I request everyone to contribute, especially those who have not contributed yet. It is an opportunity or a thing to show our unity, solidarity, and respect towards the nation. So kindly make contribution. And coming to technology, they say is ever changing, but it is not everlasting. What you are using today may not be relevant tomorrow. In fact, during my presentations, I always tell my things in the PPT slides hold good only till the end of the session. I don't know after the session is over what happens. Vinodh will also vouch on that actually. But there have been far-reaching changes the way technology has brought. You can see the way Tally has evolved the software. We're not promoting any product, but just telling the ones which we use day to day. The QuickBooks, if you see, if you're able to, you can just upload the PDF statement of the bank or the credit card, one leg of your entry is already posted. So that is the, technology's intrusion where the manual work is going to go lesser and lesser. And when this blockchain comes on full swing, there'll be no job for anybody to, do accounts. Accounts will be automatic actually. So the technology has tried to see that there are more of automation and less of manual things. So a lot of tools keep coming day in, day out, and there cannot be one standard tool which fits all. Everyone will have their own needs. Some may need big, some may need small, some may do not want to pay for something, some may want to have it free. So when me and Vinodh had a discussion, we said, Vinodh, we'll have to cover entire thing so that people of all needs are able to take the benefit. And I always tell our profession functions with a mix of the traditions as well as using technology. You cannot ignore the traditions, the integrity, the code of ethics, the accounting standards, the auditing standards, the independence. These are our core strength, and technology cannot do anything to that. So these traditions will have to remain as it is, and we'll have to kind of fit these traditions into whatever we do. And when it comes to technology, can we ignore that? No, we cannot ignore that too, because the newer things are required for us to do things in a better way. Otherwise, we'll be taking a lot of time to, complete our things, and many a time we'll not be able to complete without technology. I still remember those days when they said computers are going to come, people are going to be jobless. But today you see there are more requirements for people who know computers. So technology has always only helped us to grow, help everyone grow. Having said that, let me also tell you that technology cannot be a substitute, especially substitute to a professional or a chartered accountant. But yes, it can be an excellent aid, and we have to kind of live up to the things which are growing fast or going fast. One of my favorite quotes, which I keep telling in all technology session, is technology, embrace it if you want to grow, or be embraced. So we have thus today CA Vinodh Kothari will share his thoughts and give us the details of the tools which we can use in our office on a day-to-day basis. With us joining will be CA Sundarajan. He's having a small technical glitch. They say whenever there is a technology session, what if there is no technological challenge? So we are adhering to, we're kind of complaining to that, and see that he joins shortly. Will also address us. So I request now CA Abhishek Murli to formally introduce the speaker, and then we go for the session. And when Sundarajan sir joins, he can share his thoughts. Yeah, Abhishek.
Thank you, CA Dungarchand Jain, our dynamic chairman of SIRC, and of course, the star speaker for the day, CA Vinodh Kothari, who is an expert both on GST and on technology matters. In fact, as the chairman rightly said, technology today moving so fast. He gave the example of QuickBooks. It reminds me, I was watching a video of the analysis of Apple's Q3 report. The Q3 report of Apple, the Apple company. I read the entire report. It was a short report, not very detailed, but a short report. It gave basic whatever is required. And in the end, when I finished reading, it was written compiled by artificial intelligence. So earlier, from accounting, bookkeeping, auditing, analyzing, everything had to be done by an individual. Today, analysis of a quarterly report of a company, including it has moved from so much to so much because of this reason, all of that is done entirely by artificial intelligence. It is a computer process. So slowly, as you can see, as the chairman rightly said, things are moving online. They're moving at such a fast pace that if we fail to keep up with it, we'll be swept the tide. As I always say, when it comes to matters of style, swim with the tide, but when it comes to matters of principles, stand like a rock. And as far as technology is concerned, we have to swim with the tide, otherwise we will get swept away. So it's very important for us to keep updated. And as chartered accountants, we commonly find that technology is not our strongest suit. If today your income tax returns are allowed to be filed manual, then I think most of us would prefer to file manually. Suddenly they made compulsory e-filing, so we all moved e-filing, and now we find it easy. So, and even this webinar for that matter, as I always say, earlier we used to all come to our Brahmaya hall and we'll attend. There'll be a clamor. Not enough seats will be there. 300 people will come, and we'll have difficulty accommodating. An air condition problem, all that will be there. But then now, and we could not even reach the entire region. It was only Chennai that would be accommodated, or maybe the adjoining areas, Kanchipuram, Bengalpet, etc. But now, with this sort of program that we're having, the sort of numbers we are seeing, we had, in fact, some of our programs, 15,000, 16,000 people have participated, and technology has enabled us to do that. And I think everyone has wholeheartedly accepted this. And I'm very happy to say that this topic, which has been selected by our chairman is a technology person, and every time we have discussions, he'll always give me some additional tips on technology. So he's a technology person, and he said we have to have this topic so that our members get enhanced by the knowledge of our star speaker today. So with that, it gives me great privilege to introduce our speaker formally, CA Vinodh Kothari. He's an FCA and a BCom and a chartered accountant with more than 13 years of experience. He's a passionate trainer, even though he's a practicing chartered accountant, and he's a fellow member of the ICI with a rich blend of experience in practice. He is an expert in the field of indirect taxes, especially VAT, GST, service tax, and he's a visiting faculty across the southern region and National Academy of Customs Excise Narcotics, the Auditor General Office, the Regional Training Institute, trainer for goods and service tax by ICA, and he has presented papers in various CPE seminar colleges, associations of professional interest, etc. And he's a technology expert also. He is trained more than 15,000 CA students and professionals in GST, Tally, Excel, and Google Suite products. He is also a committee member at the Hindustan Chamber of Commerce, vice president of the Association of Chartered Accountants, and a committee member in various indirect tax forums as well. This is only a brief introduction about our speaker. He's a very down-to-earth person and a very friendly person. And I'm very happy to have the opportunity to have introduced CA Vinodh Kothari. So I welcome you, Vinodh Kothari, sir. Thank you for joining us today and addressing our members. The stage is all yours.
Yeah, one small thing is the handout is available as download in the tab on the right or on the top. It depends on whether you are using computer or mobile. You can download the material. We'll also later putting it on the SRC website as well. You know, the screen is all yours and you can take charge.
Firstly, thank you, CA Abhishek Mudli, for introducing me. I would like to thank Chairman of SIRC of ICAI, CA Dungarchand Jain, for giving me this opportunity. Technology is making a sea change. Already it has made a lot of changes. The changes which the technology is being made, I think it is more than the changes made in the GST by way of notification. Daily, so many new softwares are coming, so much new technology is coming, and for the chartered accountant, keeping pace with the technology is becoming little difficult, because we think that technology is what? A computer, a printer, okay, a server. There is a system. system you have, you just type something, you take the printout. So I have seen many CA chartered accountants office where they have this typical system of old technology, and they are restricting or not wanting to change to the new technology. Maybe they don't want, or maybe they're afraid to change, don't know. But now we have seen in this present situation that unless and until you don't update, you become outdated. So in this situation, I have spoken to many chartered accountants, those who already shifted from the conventional mode to the online mode. They are having more beneficial, and they were working more faster because they were already shifted to the online procedure of the technology. Now see, in today's session, we were just having discussion with the chairman sir that this technology changes are there. So many of us are still using a server, still using the hardware method of using the computing and computers in our office. So people should change and move on to the new technology. And in future, like chairman sir said, that artificial intelligence is going to play a vital role. There will be a change in system. I met one chartered accountant who is working in a technology company. He said that in future it will be like transaction based accounting. Like once you buy something, automatically what will happen, they will, the person, say you are B2B person, he is going to use a software and pass the sales entry giving your GST number. That will be reflected in your 2A. Automatically from 2A your purchases input will be passed, or some software will be there, you just pass a entry, sales entry, automatically it will reflected in as a purchase in the opposite person. So now if you see, everything has become online, starting from your tracking your purchases, starting from your passing of your bank account, like how our chairman has said that the QuickBooks, Zoho, they are more faster than when you compare with the traditional method of accounting like Tally. Now in Tally, you have to take a bank statement, then have to type an entry, all these things you have to do. But the technology has changed that once you upload the bank statement, entries are passed. Whatever entries based on the past transaction, the system will understand and then pass the entry. Wherever the system does not understand, it will say that these are all the entries which are in suspense. You just need to select that which head the payment or receipt is, and the entry is passed. So time is a big challenge for everyone. Unless and until we don't adopt the technology, we don't change the methodology, it becomes difficult for us in the days ahead. Now, as per the today's situation, we have been listening that lot of news coming that in from till July the number of cases is going to increase. That means next for the 4 to 6 months again it will be a challenging thing for us to go to office and work. And even after that, till what time what is going to happen, we don't know. From March till June, 3 months already over, another 3 months. Even if it is settling down 3 to 6 months, it will take time. So now at least if we take some changes, make the changes in our system, in our office, in our procedure, then it will be helpful for us. And even if any kind of situation comes, since we are online, we can work faster. Now first big challenge is how to do, what is that we need to do, what are the changes we need to do. So today's presentation, I have taken some aspect starting from the hardware component, taking some of the softwares which are useful for the day-to-day life of the CA, and some practical aspects also I have kept which we can use it. Though it is available with us, we are not using it, like Tally audit features, Tally to Excel features, or Google Suite, which is freely available. So it is mix of both paid and unpaid free versions. So as our chairman sir said that it is not that only paid version, it has to be both paid and unpaid. But one thing I would like to tell, that there are no free lunches in this world. Unless and until you don't make some payment, it will not be more useful for you. If you are a team of 4%, 5%, 7%, you may use the free utilities. But if you're a team of more than 10, 15, 20, then surely you have to go for paid version. That will be more beneficial. The time which you save will be more, and the money which you save will be more than the cost which you are incurring. So today's session will start with my PPT. Just a second, I'll just share my screen. Okay. So first thing before starting the session, I would like to say that whatever products or whatever softwares which are displayed here, I am not endorsing any product, nor I am directly related to these companies. Nowhere I have any marketing for these companies. These products and software have been used, few of them have been used by me, few have been used by some of my friends. Looking at their review and the purpose, I am providing these software for your use. So nowhere I'm endorsing these products. It is only that whatever is beneficial from these products I am going to explain. Now, what is a typical setup of any CA office? Now, we are part of Chennai. In Chennai, if you see, I have visited many CA office. Some CA office have already adopted the change, that they have shifted to technology and they have updated to the new technology. But a typical CA office, what it is, they will have a computer, they will have a printer, a LAN or a Wi-Fi, and normally what Word or Excel they will use, and the tax software, maybe CompuTax or Winman or similar kind of software, which they use it. And again, the main challenge in this system is that they cannot work remotely. Again, if they work remotely, there are restrictions with the working. And few firms also have a server. Again, server access can be done only where they are there in the office. And few of my friends, they have taken the server to home and then given remote desktop connection. So this is the way normally we find a data management in a CA office. So first thing is that what is the change we need to do if we want to go online? Today we have seen that online is the thing of the future. Maybe if you talk to me 6 months back, I would also be afraid to store my data in the cloud, in the server. I also had my own apprehensions that cloud, what will happen, current will go, internet will not be there. All these issues were there. But after this, looking at the situation in the last 3 years, I have found out that in future, if you are online, then only you can grow more, grow faster, and there are no boundaries to grow. So first thing is that to make your system online. Now, what is the challenges which are faced by a chartered accountant because of this existing system? Now, if you see, first thing is that the data is offline. Most of the CA are unable to access their data which is available with them. Even in Chennai, if you see like an area like a Sokarpet, where more than 200, 300 chartered accountants are having their office, because of the police restriction, they are unable to access their data. Most of the offices are in the complex, small offices are there. They are unable to access the data until and unless if they are able to take the system. So one, the data is still in the offline mode. It is not in the online mode. Even if it is in the online mode, they have to switch on the system in the office, then only they become online. So it is not fully online. Second biggest challenge for a medium size, small size, or any size of firm is the allotment of various tasks, tracking of various tasks. So today, most of the CA firms are proprietary concerns, or majority proprietary concern partnership firm, and few big companies have more partners, more than 4 or 5 or 6. When you are a single proprietary concern or 2 or 3 partnership firm, what is the challenge? That every proprietor or the partner is busy in his day-to-day activities, completing the compliance requirement of a chartered accountant. And because of this, what happens? His mind does not go towards the technology. He is thinking, okay, we will make the changes later on. He is allotting the work to the staff. He is giving the work to the staff. The staff completes the work, does not complete the works until and unless you don't remember personally and then remind him, he is not going to respond it. So tracking of various tasks allotted to staff, what is the execution level? Many times we complete the work, but the billing is not done. So these kind of many challenges we are facing because we have not changed our system from the offline mode to managing the task in the online. Then third thing is limited access to licensed software. We are seeing that many people try to use the unlicensed version of many software because of various reasons. One may be the cost. If you buy a original Windows or original Excel or the original MS Office, the cost is too high. So because of this, what we do, we restrict ourselves to the remote resources, thinking that okay, whatever is that within that we work, we don't want to go outside it. And maybe to change, what will happen, so many years I've been using Excel, so many years I've been using this method, so that change we are not accepting it. So one is the limited access to the licensed software. Then how to switch from work from home. Now in my office, if you see, if work from home has to be done, then the server is there, my systems are there. I have already purchased some 10 laptop a year back because I don't want to use the desktop. If I use desktop, then again I have to use the UPS inverter. Every system, the cost of my electricity will increase, the cost of my investment in the hardware will increase. So what I did was, a year back I shifted from using the desktop to buying a laptop. Some 10 to 12 laptops we purchased, and then we have given these laptops to my staff, and they were using the system by AnyDesk or TeamViewer. Again, the server should be on. Luckily my office and home are in the same premises, so I have been able to work it. But again, I was finding it very difficult. I should personally go give the access to AnyDesk, give the access to TeamViewer. So again, work from home is little difficult. Then staff communication is the next difficulty which we are facing. Restricted meeting. So again, client meeting in the next 3-6 months, again that is a difficult situation. Even our client are not so much well versed with the technology, so some changes we need to bring there. And how to set up efficient technology setup, that is the next biggest challenge. We have a hardware guy or a software guy, he comes, he gives some details that you can put this, you can put this. When we ask for the cost, he will say some XYZ amount, and then we think, okay, why to use, you only put this. So these kind of problems are there. So these are the certain challenges which we are facing it. So how to start with? First thing is whatever we are learning, whatever we are understanding, if we think that it is right, first is the implementation is the key. Unless and until whatever you learn, you don't implement, you cannot start. So first is, you should be with the mindset that, okay, if you want to change from the half technology to the full technology, first you have to be prepared that, okay, this changes will be there, and the new changes, I have to invest some money, and this money again should be used for a better purpose. So unless and until you don't have a proper mindset to changing, you cannot work out. Second is your mindset. You have done that, okay, I want to change to a new technology, I want to adopt to the new method, I want to go to the new procedure. That itself is not enough. Second is that the skill set. What do you mean by skill set? Either you should have a knowledge of those technology skills, or you should appoint people with the technology skills. Today it is not only that you know about technology, even all your staff should know about the technology. If you are a team of more than 10 to 15%, that one person should be there who knows technology well and who can handle the technology related issues for your office. Because unless and until you don't have one person in-house for your technology updation and technology backup, then things will go haywire. Because technology is one thing, if you don't look up properly, then issues start. Like many few CA firms and few companies got this problem. They think that they're having antivirus software. They just install the antivirus software and do their work. But there's no person to manage the activities. Suddenly what happens, we have seen at many cases, ransomware attack is done. Earlier, you used to get virus in the system. Nowadays, you get what? Ransomware attack. Now, what is this ransomware attack? Ransomware attacks encrypts your data and you are unable to use it. Then you pay the money, then only they will be able to use it. So unless and until you don't have a person who is looking at a technology and he gets something suspicious, suddenly he should stop the things. Like one of my friend's office, suddenly they got some suspicion. The partner was working and suddenly some file got corrupted. His son was the technology expert. He immediately said that stop all the computers, disconnect all the network. And then later on they found that it was a ransomware attack, and luckily one or two files at that point only it started. So you need to have proper skill set. Skill set doesn't mean you need to buy a software person, hire a medium size, a follow-up person is good. Next is the tool set. Tool set means what? The hardware, the required software, the required things for the purpose of changing to the new technology. First, mindset, skill set, and the tool set. These three things are very important to adopt to the technological change. Now, why I should change to the new technology? One is the increased output. Now, though in my office, some 10 to 15 people are not coming daily, but daily my work is going on. Why? Because they are working from home. Now, since they are working from home, we have a lot of apprehension. How they will work, how much time they will work, how can I calculate how much time they have worked, which software they have worked. You don't need to worry about that. Everything is taken care by the system. Everything tracking is there in the system. So one is increased output. When I use a software, say for example, I look at the bank statement and then pass the accounting entry. 2000 entries are there. It may take me 1 week time. Same thing, if I use a system like a QuickBook, just upload the data and automatically the QuickBook will scan the data and then pass the entry. Some out of 2000, 1800, 1500 QuickBooks will pass. Balance 500, I need to just click the correct ledger. So maximum 1 or 2 days. So what has been taking 1 week, using QuickBook technology, we are completing in 1 or 2 days. So increased output. This is just one example. Many places these kind of output increasing will be done. Then tracking of task and scheduling, which many of us are not using, or few of us are using it, using the Excel or the Word rather than the Excel format. If you go for a particular software to manage the task, it will give more output. Then structured data maintenance. Now, when I discuss with most of the chartered accountants, we discuss like how do you store the data? What is the manner of storing the data? Now, you see there are different types people store the data. Some companies, now they have changed, lot of companies have changed, they have a centralized data maintenance system. Even now I have seen that many, if you see a office, their data is maintained in the individual computer where the staff are working. So you should ensure that once you change to the technology, your data maintenance become centralized. So once your data maintenance becomes centralized, what happens? Access become more easier. Taking backup becomes more easier. So that system you need to follow. Some tips I will give how to maintain the data centralized, because many places I see that one folder they'll create and dump everything, and then what happens, that folder has huge data. When you take the backup, it takes longer time to take, and then what you do, okay, why so much time? Then again we go to the old methodology. So data storage in your office should be in a simpler format. One is that your day-to-day data for which you require a backup. Second, a temporary data, that means some internal communications or the staff files or certain files which you don't require the data. And then your third folder should be relating to your tally data file or accounting software file. So if you split your data into three folders, one is your data folder where you have your important files, your day-to-day workings, Excels, Word, all the documents. That will be easy. Second is your temporary files, and third is the tally data. By this, what happens? Since you are having only working folder file in the data, your system storage is less and you are able to take faster backup. Temporary data. Now, if you see, I have given my staff one folder. Say VKC staff, one folder is given. Under that, their name, one folder is given. Whatever they want to copy, their personal things, whatever temporary working, you store that. I don't want to take backup for that. And that comes to around 30, 40, 50 GB. We don't know what they are storing. So that's why we give a temporary space. Then tally data. Today, tally data is taking a huge space than your regular data. So again, tally data, two types we can take: temporary tally data and permanent tally data. Based on that, you can store the data. Then easy accessibility and sharing. The main change to technology is for what? Easy accessibility. Anywhere in the world, you should access it. Then improved communications. Since you are using the software relating to the tasking, which is integrated communication, that becomes more better. Improved data storage, backup and storage facility. Then increased market value of the firm. Today we see that those firms which have changed to the technology, they are able to adopt in the market faster, because nowadays many work which we are getting is based on the technology. Like some bank work you get, unless and until you don't have a proper technology, proper say static IP, they don't give you. So increased value of a firm. Then improved time management, you can better manage your time. And most importantly is remote working. Today we are finding that remote working is a big challenge for many firms because they have not changed. Now if you change, it becomes more easier. So these are the some reasons why we need to update to the new technology. Then how do I start? What are the things required? Now whatever softwares I have showing here, many of you are using those software. There's nothing new. Some new software also I have made the addition. So some structuring I have tried to do so that you can understand what is the methodology to be adopted. Now first essential tool is that your computer structure. What is the system you are adopting? What is the method, whether you are adopting the online method or offline method, that we are going to see. Second is the document management tools. That is how you are going to store your file, how you are going to access your file, how you are going to share your files. Then the communication tools. What are the communication tools and software available? Then the office management tools, various office management tools, task management tools, office work control tools. Then the productivity tools like your Word, Google Suite, all these things. Then remote working tools and work specific areas. These are the 7 areas which we are going to see, which is a takeaway for a CA office. Now, there are 2 methods of computer system structure which we can follow. One is the offline computing, which most of us are using it. Now, what is this offline computing? You have a server, you have a LAN or a Wi-Fi. Using the LAN or the Wi-Fi, you are connecting your systems. And then if you want to work remotely, you use the AnyDesk or TeamViewer or RDP. So this is an offline system of working. And second method of computing is online computing method. Now, what is the advantage of online computing method? You can access anywhere. Now, online computing work method and offline computing method, what is the major difference is that in online computing, there is no physical server available in your office. In offline, physical server is available in your office. And access is in online computing is from anywhere in the world. So how to implement that change? That is what we are going to see. Before that, what are the difference between the online and offline computing? So in case of online computing, offline computing, the infrastructure is in-house. And in case of online computing, all the infrastructure is with the service providers. There are various service providers who take care of the infrastructure. Now, what are the infrastructure involved? Now, if you see in a offline system, the infrastructure cost which we use is one for the server, then for the computers or the laptops, then for the networking and wiring, that is the Wi-Fi, all the systems, then for the UPS, then for the licensing cost. Few days back, one of my friend called that they are buying a server and he has received a quotation. Now, what was the quotation? He has asked a quotation for the Dell server. His staff is around 20 to 40 people. So he has given a quotation for a server around 2.5 lakhs. Then to install a software, original Windows server software, additional 50,000. And then related support service, additional 50,000. So if you see, if you install a server in an office, the cost for server may be less, but the additional cost of maintenance is high. What is the additional cost of maintenance in an office? One is that you need to give a contract to an outside person to manage the server, so that if anything happens, then he has to ensure that the system goes on working. Then the software you have to license and purchase it. So then for that you need to have a UPS. The server takes lot of power. You need to have a separate UPS and backup. So this is a huge cost. If I want to set up a server system in my office for say 10 to 20 people with a decent speed, then roughly the cost will be around say 2.5 to 3 lakhs or even more depending upon the server. But when I use the online method, what is that I'm going to use? One, server cost is cut down. Then what is that I'm going to use? My server I am going to hire from a online cloud computing services like, and what I will do, I will pay the online computing resources based on the work, how much hour I use, and I pay. And then what other things I require? I require a basic desktop or laptop or computer system and a Wi-Fi connection. That's it. So in the online mode, whatever regular systems are there, that is okay. Whatever your Wi-Fi connection is there, that is okay. Even a 10 Mbps speed will give you a good connectivity and fast working in the online mode. Why? I will tell you later. And the usage is based on the payment is based on the usage. So I don't need to worry about my server maintenance. I don't need to worry about the security, because the biggest challenge for me in today offline working is the security risk which I'm facing when a virus will attack. Because unless and until you don't have a firewall, now firewall again, two types are there. One is hardware firewall and one is software firewall. Hardware firewall is more beneficial than the software firewall, and you should have a mix of both hardware firewall and software firewall. Then only a security system can be provided. Again, managing that security system, you should have a high degree of antivirus. When what will happen, we don't know. We are allowing the staff to use the pen drive. They are downloading a lot of software. When which attack is happening, a big challenge in the offline mode. But in the online mode, the security is high. Why? Because whatever cloud computing companies I'm talking, they are managing this cloud computing for various big companies. Big companies like Flipkart, like Amazon, and the other companies like the Netflix. So these are using those computing servers. The security is high. Now it is like this. I want to buy a bus for my staff. I have two options. One, I buy the bus. Second, I rent the bus. Go to some Parveen Travels, tell him that, boss, my bus should be tip top. This is the model. This is the structure of bus I want. You give me whatever bus it is. But this is my bus model. This is my structure. Every time the same structure of bus I should review. If the bus is wear and tear, you have to replace the bus. So that is why in online method, we are renting the bus. It is renting the server. In offline method, we are buying the bus. That is the difference. Then flexibility. In offline method, it is less flexible. Online methods enables to work from anywhere. Next biggest challenge in offline mode is the backup. We are seeing that taking backup is a big challenge. We use some software again that has been taken properly or not. In one case, one of my friend, there was a ransomware attack. He got an attack. He had an IP address. He had the firewall. Then instead of this, the ransomware attack was done. And biggest irony is, when the ransomware attack was done, he had a mirror backup. Even in the mirror backup, the ransomware attack was done. So these kind of issues are there. when you use the online computing services, these kind of challenges are reduced. Then software updating, since it is a cloud service provider, he takes care of the software updation. We don't need to worry about the software updation, and here we need to do it manually. So what are the cloud computing system available now? Offline computing system, everyone knows, I'm not taking much on that. Our main focus is how to install a cloud computing system. I will tell you that installing a cloud computing system is very easy. Hardly it will take 10 to 15 minutes for me to install a cloud computing server. Just 10 to 15 minutes. So what is the advantage when I use the cloud computing server? Now, basically, if you see, there are few companies which provide the cloud computing services. One is Microsoft Azure, and another one is Amazon Web Service. Then you have this Google Cloud Platform. You even have this IBM Cloud Platform. You can buy any of these services. But today we are going to mostly talk about Microsoft Azure and Amazon Web Service, because number one is Amazon Web Service. Number two is Microsoft Azure. What is the advantage with them is, say, before using this cloud computing, if you want to take a trial of how it will be, how I can use, you can yourself go to this website, create a free user. 12 months validity is there for a free user, but there are certain restrictions. Limited number of space is there, limited number of usage is there, so you can have a trial and then use that server and be comfortable and check that, okay, this is comfortable, then you can buy this. So cloud computing system, basically, if you see, Microsoft Azure and Microsoft Amazon Web Service are the two big companies in this cloud service provider. Now, what is the advantage when I rent a cloud service from Amazon or Microsoft? I get the licensed server free. Now, if you want to buy a Windows server, latest Windows Server 2019, original version, or 2016 or 2012, cost is somewhere between 50,000 to 75,000 or a lakh of rupees. But these software are given along with the server cost, free of cost to you along when you buy a cloud server. So once you take rental of a server from Microsoft Azure or web service or any service, you also get these licensed software along with your renting part. Then what is the advantage of using these web service? My capital cost reduction is there. Initially, I don't need to spend so much on the capital. For the security of my server, I don't need to have additional UPS. Basic UPS required for the system is enough. My data security is there. Work from anywhere is there. I can maintain user control. Now, this is the biggest advantage in the cloud computing. You can restrict the users based on what they can access, what they cannot access. Now, what is the big challenge we are facing in our office? The staff is using pen drive, is copying data from most of the places in our server, and sometimes virus come because of this. When using these cloud computing, you can restrict your staff that they cannot copy any outside data from their system to the online server. So these kind of restriction can be given. They can also be given restriction that they cannot copy your valuable data to their system. Now, sometimes we see that some of our staff, those who are leaving, before leaving, many of the cases I have seen that what they do is they take the backup of all our data and take along with them, and then it creates a lot of issue in the future. Now, these kind of issues can be rectified, because once you give the access in the cloud computing, it can be restricted that the data cannot be copied from the cloud computing to their system. And then major service providers are Amazon Web Service providers, Microsoft, Google, that we have seen. I'll just show you that how to go install one free Microsoft Azure. It will just take 2 or 5 minutes. So for this, we will 1 minute. Okay, for this, how to, if you want to take a trial of installing a server, you can even try. It is very simple. You have to just go to the Google and type Microsoft Azure. And you can get your free account here. Now, when you click on this Microsoft Azure, get your free account, you require a credit card details. Even if you are using Amazon service, they are asking the credit card details. Don't worry. In the credit card, it is only they are taking the credit card only for the purpose of security, that no other spammers are using their service. So once you give the credit card in Amazon, they are going to charge 2 rupees, and again the 2 rupees will be refunded to you. In Azure, they only validate your credit card and then give you the access. They are not going to charge anything. So once you go here, you need to create your account from start here. So once you select start free, you create an email address, you give your email address, provide the details, provide the credit card details. Once you provide all your credit card details, your account is created. Now it is like opening a email account. Only additional thing is that you need to give the credit card details. There is some. So this way you need to create an account. Now once you create your account, you need to go to Microsoft login. So Microsoft Azure login website. Already I have an account, so that account I am going to use it. So sign it to a Microsoft Azure portal. So sign in. So we have created one account. I'm not taking the account creation process because credit card details need to be given. It will take some time. It is very simple. So already one account is created. Now I'm going to demonstrate how you can create your own server free of cost from Microsoft Azure. It will take hardly 15 to 20 minutes, 5 minutes for registration, and then logging to this portal. So this is the portal. So I'll select my portal. You have to select on the Azure portal. This is only a trial version which I am showing. It is not a paid version. Once you log in, you get a credit of around 13,000 rupees. So I've already used some amount and it is showing. Now this is the screen where you are going to create a virtual machine. So here you need to just click on this. I am having a credit of 12,588. So once you log in, you get a credit of 13,100. So just click on this virtual machine. It will show me the list of virtual machine which I have got. So I have already deleted this virtual machine twice just to try what happens. Now I'm going to create one virtual machine for me. Select on create virtual machine. Now I'm going to create a virtual server online. In Microsoft Azure, it is giving you some 64 plus 64 GB, 128 GB of space for the hard disk, and then a simple server system can be installed. So this is a free trial machine which I'm going to create. I am just going to give a name for this, say VKC. So next is then which region server, all those things. The most important thing what you need to select is the software. Can you see this image? So on this image, which image you want to put? That is, you want a Windows server, or you want a Linux server, or you want a Ubuntu server. See, for a chartered accountant, we can basically put this Windows Server 2012, which is a more than enough. And apart from the Windows Server, there is a size which you can see. For the free version, you have to select size. If you see, click on this, select size. Don't worry about the money, nothing is going to be charged. Just select size. And you have to select the basic size. In the free version, basic size is there. I'll show you what are the different size of options available. Now today I am buying say 2 GB RAM disk. I am finding that it is slow. I can even upgrade to the later version by increasing some amount. So here you can see that I am selecting this B2 basic machine, where I am getting no, not the basic machine. 1 minute. Yeah, this is B1 MS. So in this B1 MS system, what I'm going to get? I'm going to get a server of 2 GB RAM. So this 2 GB RAM server I'm going to get, and then the temporary source storage is 4 GB, and additional storage is around 64 GB. 64 GB I get. So I click on this, select, and then give a username. So one user name. So I'll give the username and then the password. Then that's it. So now what you need to select? Next disk. You don't need to do anything. Just select next. Don't need to worry about what are the terminology. Nothing you need to do. Just select next, 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 create, next. If you want, if you are the expert, if you want to go further, you can change these things. But now I'm not changing anything. That's it. Done. So now I'm going to activate my server. So review and create. So RDP this and all is okay. Nothing is going to be charged. My credit card details is already given. Nothing is going to be charged unless and until I say that you have to charge or update it. So here I select create. So once I click and create, now what is happening? My virtual server is being created. So it will take some 5 or 10 minutes for the virtual server to be created. In that time, we will see the other options, and then I'll come back here. So what is the advantage is the setup time for the server is very less. If you want that, no, today I want to change my server system to the cloud computing. If you can, now I don't suggest that you do the change. You just try the trial version, see how it is, get the feel, whether you are comfortable. You can install Tally software, you can install Computex software, you can install Microsoft Windows, all the softwares, Microsoft Office, all the softwares in the server like you are using a computer. But take a guidance of some technology person who will help you to set up for your office, because son, you set up for your office, you need to describe that for your office how much is the speed required. Now say for example, for that is if your team members, 20 members are going to use it, then you can select the setup of say Windows Server 2016 you can select, and then a 7 GB RAM you can select, and 1 TB hard disk space you can select. Now by selecting 7 GB for the 7 GB plan, 1 TB hard disk, and then the Windows 2016 or Windows 2019, so you can select your server will be according to that speed. For a person of around 20 to 25 member team, this is more than enough. So that structure can be done only by a software person who is an expert in this. For your level, you can try the free version for your understanding. Now what is the cost involved? Now cost involved, if you take a hardware maintenance anywhere something, it is roughly around 3 lakh rupees. Now today there is an office, there is a server in my office which I have given to a software person to manage, and monthly he is charging me 3,000 rupees only to maintain my office server. So what is the cost? 3,000 plus the cost of that is 3,000 is a basic cost which I am telling. Otherwise, normally it is 5,000, 7,000 only to maintain your server. But if you take a cloud computing server for the 20%, the cost is around 6,000 to 8,000 per month, depending upon what the services you are using. Now, this cost is for approximately 20 to 25 users with 7 GB RAM and 1 terabyte of hard disk space. How much time it takes for installing this server? Maximum 1 hour. Then the user description, that takes additional time. Now, implementation and training, I have given 5 days. That it itself is not required because you already know how to use the Windows. Why I am given 5 days is to define the users, what they can access, what they cannot access, then the update all your softwares in that. Like, it is like buying a new machine. When you buy a new machine, what you get a Windows software, Windows in that, server in that what are the software requirement is that you added. Now, biggest advantage is pay as you use. Now, which model I am telling is based on the number of hours I am going to use the servers. It is not based on the number of users. It is based on the number of hours. Say I am buying a server online, based on the hours I can make my payment. And there is a software, you can download a software, Microsoft Azure app is available in your mobile, where you can give that daily morning, you can switch on the online server from your mobile and give that automatic 8 p.m. the server is switched off. Holiday on Sunday. That means what? How much I am using, that much only my bill will come for the server. This is varying based on the usage. Then again, 12 months free trial is available. You will just check if the server is ready. Okay, my deployment is completed. So now my server is ready. So go to resource. I'll just demonstrate. See, within 10 minutes, we have installed an online server with the Windows Server software. The 2 licensed software, I have installed it. How much time? 10 to 15 minutes. Now, what is important is this public IP address. Can you see this public IP address? You just copy this address. Then from your system, search for the remote desktop. Every Windows is having the remote desktop. You just need to search remote desktop. Remote desktop connection is there. Click on the remote desktop connection. I'm copying and pasting this public IP address which I have copied here. Connect. My system is connected. I have already created one user there. Yes. And then yes, that's it. Finish. My server is ready for the usage. It is getting connected. Can you see this window? I don't know whether it is visible or not. Now it is a new Windows server which is installed in Microsoft Azure. I can use it for 12 months. I can install my Tally software. I can install my other software, take a trial. I can even add the users, take the trial and work on. So for trial version, if you want, see Windows Server 2012, it is like working in a system. No software is there. It is only Windows. Now, how much space is available? You click on this Explorer and then see 126 GB of data is available. This temporary storage is there. That's it. Now, again, one more thing I'll tell you, the speed of your server is fast. Just I'm now stopping this remote desktop. This is only for your purpose which I have displayed. Okay, right? So we have seen that how fast it is to create a server in Microsoft Azure. Hardly 15 minutes and I have created a server. It is not me. Even you can create it. So this is very fast. So the number of users you can create and all the workings can be done. Now, next is the document management tools. So what are the document management tools? This many of us are using it. We have the Dropbox, we have the Google, and now newly one software is coming, that is Zoho. Zoho has done lot of analysis. It has lot of artificial intelligence in it. I will just also show you a demo of Zoho later on. What are the things available? It is growing like anything. It is a new market in the software in the market, and now Zoho is free till July 1st. So if you want to make a trial version of Zoho, whatever it is, like a Microsoft Office 365 or a Google Suite, similar kind of a thing. So this Google Drive is there, Zoho Work Drive, OneDrive. Now, why we need to use this document management system? So that the access to the data can be done centralized. Now, in Google Drive, we know that Google Drive can be stored for used for storing the data. But did you know that in Google Drive, you can have a physical folder in your system? I'll just show you. That is, you have to go to Google Drive and download this Google Drive software, where you can install a folder in your system. Now, whatever files, whatever PPT I am preparing for this presentation, I just don't log into my system. I just create and store here. Automatically it is updated in my Google Drive. And what happens anywhere in the world, if I want to go, say I'm going to another place where my system is not available, I want to access my data, and that place I just need to log into my email address, go to Google Drive, that file is available. Any update I'm making and updating there, it will be updated there. So by using Google Drive on system, say if you have installed the Google Drive on your system and 4 and 5 other system, whatever update is done, it is done automatically. So that advantage is there in the Google Drive. Dropbox is also there, but I would suggest that Dropbox don't use the free version. There are certain security issues. Paid version is good, it has higher security. Google Drive, it comes normally along with your email with more than 15 GB of space, and then Zoho, OneDrive, all these softwares are there. Then what are the other communication tools? Now, most of the communication tools which we use is mostly majority people are using the email as a communication tools. Big challenge is faced when we use email, Gmail or Yahoo or any other email, because when it comes to inter-team communication, their challenge happens. We face a lot of trouble. When we use Gmail, multiple Gmail addresses are there with Gmail, who is tracking whether the reply is done or not. So instead of using the Gmail for your internal communication, you can use G Suite. There are softwares, and then you have this Microsoft Teams, where internal communication is more stronger and internal work can be task giving, working can be done more faster. So Microsoft Team is part of Office 365, which is now renamed as Microsoft 365. Then the Zoom is what very common in this COVID we have learned. Then the WebEx is there. Zoho Click, again Zoho Click is a internal staff communication software, part of the Zoho remotely software, and then Skype. So these are some communications tools which we are using. But one thing is, many people are not using this Gmail. Now, if you have a Gmail, you know that like how you have the your Zoom in Gmail, it is free. We have never tried, or very few of you might have tried the using the meeting option of Gmail. Earlier it was called as Hangouts. Now it is called as Google Team. Just a second. There is some network issues. Okay. So here, if you click on this side, compose side, you will find start a meeting. Now, if you want to start a meeting of your staff or your client, it's easy along with the Gmail. It is like using a Zoom. You don't need to additionally install a Zoom or WebEx or any other software. Here Google is giving you again 1 hour of free meetings, some 100 number of users. Again, paid options are there, various options are there. Like how you create a meeting in Zoom or WebEx or any other software, same type of meeting can be created in the Gmail. So these are certain communications tools which we can use it. Rather than using Gmail, if you use Microsoft Teams or any other team software, that will be more benefit. Now, one task management software is Papilio. So Papilio and Cordil are two software which are created by a chartered accountants. Now, what is the advantage of this? What is the biggest challenge when we allot a work to our staff? Say one tax audit has to be completed or statutory audit has to be completed. There is a team of 3 or 4 people. We allocate the team that this work has to be done, and these things have to be verified. Normally what we do, we have a Excel working or a predefined documentation. We tell that, okay, you take this document and complete the audit. But whether they are doing or not, whether they are following the documentation procedures or not, till what level they are completing the work, all these things can be tracked down using Papilio or Cordil. You create a new task. I'm not showing the demo of this software because it takes some session is limited timing, so I want to take cover all the aspects. So whatever, whichever is more important, that software I'm just taking it. So Papilio Cordil, what happen is very simple. 1 or 2 days you can learn the software. You need to create a task. In a task, say statutory audit task I'm creating, who are all the members of the task? You can create a predefined template. That is, what is the type of task? Statutory audit. Automatically your template is there. These things works has to be done. Once the task is allotted, it goes to the respective team member. He will see that this task is allotted to him. Looking at this task, he has to then say that work is in progress, and then all the further procedure needs to be done. So these kind of office management tools, if you use, what happens is your work efficiency becomes more. Proper control is there. Whatever task you have created, you will know that so many tasks has been given, 100 number of tasks has been given, 40 numbers have been completed, 80 numbers have been completed. Then further follow-up for the billing becomes easy. So these are the similar type of software like Papilio, and then the Cordil or Zoho remotely, Microsoft Teams, Slack, and every software has a free version and a paid version. Free version, again, I said that limited usage is there, but paid version is also reasonably not so costly. You can just make a trial. Zoho remotely is freely available till July 2020, 1st July 2020. So Microsoft Teams are certain task management tools which can be used by a chartered accountant's office. Now, productivity tools. What is the basic productivity tools which we are using in our day-to-day office? Majority Excel and Word. There is no comparison. Even I agree that Excel is one of the best software which I have worked. Then we have alternatives also. But what is the problem with this? Again, licensing cost. We have to have an original version, then only it works more better. Otherwise, some problems we are facing it. So what are the options available apart from the Word and Excel? We have similar type of option available as G Suite. Now, what is G Suite? Is the Google Suite, which gives you docs, which gives you sheets, which gives you Google Forms. It is more advanced than Office 365, except the thing that Excel is more powerful, which I personally feel that in the Microsoft family, Excel is the biggest powerful tool. That powerful is not the sheets. And similar type of software we are having is the Zoho remotely. Now in Zoho remotely also similar type of MS Word type of software is there, MS Excel type of software is there. So if you want to change, no, I want to change to different working style, I don't want to use the Microsoft, licensing issues are there, I want to go to Google Suite, you can also change to these things. But what is the advantage of Google Suite? Of late, from the last 1 year, I have changed from Microsoft to Google Suite. The advantage which I am getting is the online access. Everything is online. I don't need to install a spreadsheet or install a Word software in my system. All the software are online, and accessibility is easy. For the chartered accountants, many of them are not using Google Forms. You know, Google Forms, most of you have seen Google Forms. Whenever a registration needs to be done, a Google form is sent. When the Google form is sent, what you do, you fill the data from your mobile phone and it is gone to the person or the concerned person whom the meeting is done. From that, what happens? After that, that Google form data, what you are giving, it is getting converted to a Excel sheet. From the Excel sheet, we can work like wonders. I will show you some demo later on that how you can use Google form, how you can use the Google form for the better advancement. Since I have been using the Google form, Google sheet for the last 1 year, during the COVID times in online working, my staff were already equipped to use this Google Sheets. The updation was more easier. Now I am changing from Excel to Google Sheet, the small work, not the complicated works. Complicated work purpose, I am still using the Excel, but like small statement preparation work, financial statement preparation work, small reports, we are shifting to Google Sheet. And then the Zoho remotely. Now, what is the cost involved in using these things? Now, if you go for normally there are two types of version available. Earlier, Office 365, it is now called as Microsoft 365. What is the cost involved? Now, we see the basic pricing starts from 125 rupees. Now, in 125, what do you get is you get the online version of Word and Excel. That means the online software you will get. You cannot install the Word or the Excel in your system. So the original version, it is 125 per user per month is the cost. There the software is available online. You have to open and use the Excel online. No software is given in the offline. For a business, a minimum business, standard side business, the cost is 660 rupees. This is the basic standard version, which is enough for any medium-sized firm. If you want to use it, you can use this. You get the Outlook, Word, Excel, and then some additional software like Exchange, OneWord, SharePoint. So all these types of software, SharePoint is like your Zoom software, which is available, then Microsoft Teams, and then various costs are available. And even the Google Suite pricing is there, similar type, 125 rupees, 672 rupees, 1650. But advantage of Google Suite is more online than offline. And Microsoft 365, it is both offline software and online software which you are providing. So whatever software you are having in Microsoft, similar types of software are available, like your Gmail and the Meet video, chat, calendar. Your drive is for the storage, documents is your Microsoft Word, sheet is your Microsoft Excel, slide is your Microsoft PowerPoint. This is the forms, that is you can generate questionnaires and form. These forms also you can generate. Then the keep notes, again a very advantage feature of Google Suite is the keeps, where you can keep the notes. Just a 1 minute, there is some system problem. I'll just close few softwares. So these are the softwares available, and this is the pricing based on your requirement you can take. Now, one advantage when you use the Microsoft server machine, that what I have shown you in Microsoft Azure, is that whatever software you install, it is only one software which you are going to install. Say for example that I am taking a Microsoft Office 365 business version. I install that Microsoft Office 365 business version in Microsoft Azure server. Then to whom and all I am giving the remote access, they can use that Office 365. So that is an advantage. I don't need to use multiple user license. Similar way, there are some software which you are giving the access based on the number of users which can be installed in system. Like say for example, Computex. You have a multi-user version also, you have a single user version also. In Microsoft, when you purchase an online server, you install the Computex, you don't need to take a multi-user version. Single user version is enough. So these are the advantage of online usage. Then the Zoho pricing is also there, similar type of 300, 500 various version are there. The second version is almost preferable for us. We'll see some demo about the Zoho and Google form, some Okay, just a second. There is some memory issues. So first I will show you this Excel part so that my memory can be shown. Now one utility which I wanted to show you is that in Excel, two important things which I see many of the chartered accountants are not using. One is the audit feature. Now you can see this audit and compliance. Now in this audit and compliance, you can manage all the audit activities, starting from what is the documentation for the audit, and then the audit procedures, audit financials, audit journals. All these things can be done in the Excel, or that is the Tally software. Okay. There is some memory issue. Just a second. I'll just close some. Just a second. There is some technical issue going on. I will just restart my PowerPoint.
Maybe I'll take this moment as an opportunity to announce our future programs, Vinodji.
Yeah, okay, sir. Just 2 minutes. I'm just setting up. You can take this option.
Yes, that's the exact time that I need.
Okay.
Since there's some technical difficulty, our speaker Vinodji is restarting his PPT. Till then, I'll just share a few announcements. We've planned many programs going forward. So many of you may have already registered. If you have not registered, request you to please register for the programs that I will announce, because the seats are filling up very quickly. On 9th of June, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., that is on Tuesday, we have a program on IBC. On 10th, 11th, and 12th of June, 3 days continuously, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Very important program, a refresher course on technological changes and advancements in income tax, GST, and audits. I think this will be relevant to all. Technology changes in income tax, GST, and audits on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 10th, 11th, and 12th of June, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. On 13th of June, 20th of June, and 27th of June. This is, I am saying this because every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. they're having a session on standards on auditing. Standards on auditing is a compulsory CPE requirement now, as per the Central Council new guidelines. So we must all complete some minimum hours on this important standards on auditing. So we are hosting 3 programs every Saturday, 13th, 20th, and 27th of June, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Then on 15th of June, we have planned a program for income tax settlement commission procedure and practice. So this is a new area of practice. It has been there for some time now, but given the increase in cases, especially in the number of search and seizure cases that have been happening in the last few years, it is becoming a booming practice. So we are invited the vice chairman of the settlement commission, recently retired, Hukumchand Jain IRS, is joining us live from Mumbai on 15th of June, that is next week Monday, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is a free program. It's a free program. The registration will be active soon, so request you to please register soon before it gets filled up. Of course, and then on 27th of June also we have a program, as I already told you, on the standards of auditing. So request you all to please register for this. You can log in to the website, the regular link itself, and you can log in and join these programs. Also, yesterday, as the chairman also announced during the program, and I also announced, some of you have been facing some technical difficulties, I understand. We are now sending out an email with a step-by-step procedure how to register for our CPE programs. It is normally straightforward, but some of you may have had challenges. So we request you to go through that step-by-step procedure and then register for the programs. If you still have certain difficulties, we have given our email ID. Of course, both the chairman and I, both of us are always available. Our details are also available on the website. You can reach out to us in case you don't get any response from the ID that we have given. And any other feedback that you may have, or you think we can do some improvements, or we need to organize a program, please feel free to share it with us. Vinodji, can we resume, or?
Yeah, resume, sir.
Okay. So over to Vinodji to continue his excellent program.
Okay, fine. So we were talking about the Tally features. Now in Tally, you can complete the whole document process without going to have a separate software for managing all the documentation procedure. That is the audit purpose, whatever documentation is there, whatever the reporting is there, you can manage in the Tally itself. Even you can manage your query. What is the voucher? On voucher, what you have your query? On the company, what you have the query? What is the reply given to the client? All these management can. This is a demo I'm showing. I'm not showing the full features, but you can see, explore these options in Tally. Then second, another problem which I have seen is when we use, most of our client are using the Tally as their accounting software, and when we compile the Tally for the purpose of audit purpose financial statement, we export the data from Tally to Excel, and then what we do, we make the changes in the Excel. Once we complete the financial statement, what happens? You show it to your client. Suddenly client will tell that, no sir, this change has to be made, that change has to be made, and some changes he make in the Tally. Again, what we do, we go to Tally, again export to Excel, see where and all changes are made, and it takes big time, and lot of time is waste. Now is there any option where I can link my Tally data to Excel? Once I make any change in Tally, automatically it is updated in Excel. Yes, there is an option that is called as ODBC connectivity option in the Tally, where once you open a company, you can link the company data to Excel, and if you make any changes, automatically it will be updated. That is, you can update the changes in the Excel. Now I'll just show you a demo. This is the Tally company which is open. I'm just opening an Excel. In the Excel, how to do is, I'll go on the data tab. In the data tab, I select, now this is Office 365, Microsoft Office 365 version. If you are using an older version, you also get the similar type of menu like get data, or you will get get data from Microsoft Query. So it will be under the tab of data. So once you click on Microsoft Query, you click on the Microsoft Query, it will show you which software to link. I want to link this Excel to the Tally, so I'll select Tally ODBC. Okay. Now what happens? Now my Excel is connected to Tally. Which company? The company which is displayed here. I'll just change the company which is displayed here for the financial year 1920. If I change the financial year 1718, then 1718 will be linked to the Excel part. Now I go to Excel. If you see in Tally, whatever the files are there, it is maintained in a database. For your purpose to generate the closing balance, trial balance, closing trial balance, there is one folder called as ledger. You just need to type L. So if you type L twice or thrice, you will get this ledger option. Can you see this ledger option? Then click plus. Now after this ledger, three things are important. Now in any field, that is whenever you create a database, there is a header. For that header, three header is required for us. One is the name, that is the name of the ledger. Second is the parent, that is which group the ledger belongs. Third is the closing balance. So in Tally, whatever ledger name is there, first dollar symbol will be there or underscore symbol will be there. So I press dollar and N for the name. So if I press dollar and N, if you see so many database will be there. Don't need to worry. Just type dollar and N, then double click. So your name has come here. Then I want to provide the parent. So parent is again, you have to search. So dollar $P or dollar $U, if you press, you will get this. Then you get this parent next to that. Otherwise, you have to search one by one, and then double click. So now I have selected the ledger name. I have selected the parent. Next is the closing balance. So for closing balance, before the closing balance, there is dollar and underscore symbol. So I press dollar shift underscore. Just a second. Shift dollar underscore closing balance. This closing balance has come. So from whole database of Tally, I'm selecting three things. I should know where that three things is available. It is available in the ledger. In the ledger, which head I want? I want name, I want the parent group, I want the closing balance. So I've selected these three. Then select next, just next, next, finish. Now what happened? This data of Tally is now exported into Excel. You can see various ledgers are there. Whatever ledgers is created in Tally, that is available here. Now, what is the biggest advantage? It's if you do the export, same thing you get, but what is the linking? Now, assume that ARK Brothers, what is the balance? 13,600. I am making some modification in ARK Brothers. So this is debit balance or credit balance. So this is debit balance. So I am receiving the payment. Say I am receiving F6. So cash or bank account ARK those 13,600. Okay, this is credit balance. I'll make a payment F5 payment ARK Brothers. And now what has happened? ARK Bros balance has become 0. Now this entry I have changed. You need to do nothing. You updated the data in Tally. Just click on this refresh. If you have multiple data, then click one by one. Click on refresh. Bang. The data is updated. So this is one utility which you can use. It is very simple utility, but very powerful. Now this data, you link it to a financial statement. Automatically what will happen, whenever your client is making any change in the Tally data, automatically that is updated in the financial statements. So this is one thing which I wanted to show you. And then the audit option in the Tally also is there, which is more powerful, but many of us are not using it. You can even vouch the transaction, you can provide the narrations, you can provide the query, give the remark, everything can be done. And then I just wanted to show a demo of Google Shoot. Sorry, not a Google Shoot. Okay, one Google Shoot, Google Form, one demo I wanted to show you. Abhishek ji,
Yes, sir.
am I connected? Is there any disconnection in the meeting? Or
No, you are still visible. I think
okay, because there was some internet connection problem. I thought that I come out of this. I had a
no,
okay,
you are still visible, sir.
okay, fine. Okay, fine. So we will see the some options in the that is Google Form, which I wanted to show you. Now Google Form, what is the advantage is data collection becomes more easier. Now what is that we need to do? Now the income tax return filing dates are coming. We have seen the new returns. In the new returns, they are asking certain questions, that whether you have a passport, what is the passport number, whether you have a property, whether you have a joint property. Some 5 or 10 questions are being asked for every income tax return which we are filing. Now, when we file a return, if we give wrongly, tomorrow client comes to know, he will tell you that why you have filed without my knowledge, all these things. So how to get the data collection? So for this data collection, what you can do is you can use a Google form. Now, using the Google form, what happens is your data is stored in your email. And again, one thing I want to tell you, in Google form, Google Gmail, your data is secured. Now, security depends upon what is your password security which you are giving. If you are giving a light password or the password without that is a special character, then it is becoming any people can hack your email. If someone can hack your email, then your data is not secured. So be careful whenever you are using the password. Always it is advisable to use a password with the special character and at least one caps. Now, if you don't use a special character and you use only the alphabet, then the chances of accessing or hacking your email is more higher. Okay, so this Google form, 1 minute, I think. So this way, what you can do is, for your purpose of data collection, like if someone is coming to me for opening a partnership firm, I have created one Google form. In the Google form, sir, what are the details required for opening partnership firm? What I do, I just send the Google form link. In the link, what the Google form is asking, what is the name of the partner one, father's name of the partner one, age, address, all the data required for preparing a deed. Now the client is typing all the data in his mobile and sending it to me. Now this Google form comes to me and then it is stored in a Excel format. From Excel format, I use mail merge option and then link it to Word, and all the data is updated in my partnership deed. Wherever some clause changes need to be done, I change it. So hardly 15 minutes, my partnership deed is ready. Same way, I have developed this tracker for PAN number. Now, if you want to, if some now anyway, today's date PAN number is Aadhaar based, so you can easily get it. But earlier, I have prepared this Google form, so that where if someone wants a PAN number, I have prepared one Google form. Now, if you see, two types of Google form are there, with upload and only the checklist. Now, in checklist, what is there is whatever details required for the PAN application, my client, I'll share the link of this Google form. He will fill the data and then send it to me. This will come in an Excel format. Again, the PAN application is in the Word file. I have mail merged the Google form Excel data to the mail merge, and my PAN application is printed. In printed format, I don't need to write anything, so that the chances of making mistake is lesser. I have even created one form where the client can upload the documents. Say, what are the documents required for getting a PAN number? You need to have an Aadhaar card copy or an address proof or a passport or some other deed. So that document also the client can upload from his mobile. See, Google form is easily accessed from your mobile. Now, this is one Google form which I have created for PAN number, that what is the name of the company as per the address proof, all these data. And then in Google form also, you have an option where you can upload the data. Now, documents required. So this is one Google form. These are the documents required. So here, add file. Now, all these options are available here. In this plus remark, I'm not going in detail about the Google form, but advantage is you can add a file, and you can even give an option to download the form. See, like, say for example, I want to tell them that this area you should sign. So these things I can mention in the Google form. We will see the Google form, preview this Google form. This is one example where I am showing you how you can use the Google form. These can used at many places. Say for example, you want to get the data from your client for the individual return filing. What is the data required? Your bank statement, your LIC statement, all these things. You just send the required data. What is the income you are having? Attach the bank statement, attach the LIC copies. He will take the bank statement, take a photo, click it, attach it, take a photo of LIC receipt, click it, attach it. It can be done in the mobile. You don't even need to go for the access. So this way, this Google form is here. You can see what is the name, upload the data, all these things can be done here. So once you upload, what happens? Whatever data is uploaded, you can see in the response, and whatever response is there, you will get in the spreadsheet. You can just click on the spreadsheet, create a new spreadsheet, create, and then you will find that whatever data your client has given, this is converted into the Excel. I'm not showing the original Excel. It is another sample which I have created for the demo purpose. From here, I link it to Word using mail merge. See, there are simple things. Mail merge is a powerful tool. Using Google Form, Excel, and mail merge, you can do wonders. You can prepare a lot of statements. You just need to create a Google form and send it to your client for any kind of detail requirement. So this is one part, and then the last demo we are just going to see of the, because time is short, one last demo for Zoho. I'll just show you what is the advantage of Zoho remotely. So just press Zoho remotely. Click on the Zoho remotely. You can log in freely. It is now available till July 2000, till July 1st July 2020. It is freely available. Now, if you see in Zoho, there are few apps. Now, Click is a internal communication software or app which is available for the purpose of internal communication and task management. Just access it. So these are the software available. So Click is for your internal communication, text to audio conferencing, video conferencing. Then Showtime is again similar kind of online program, online meeting. All these are available in this Click. Then your work drive is, it is similar to your Google Drive. Then your project management, that is your, Click is not for task management. Click is for the internal communication. Your project management, that is your task, whatever task you are doing, what is the update, all these things can be management here. Sprint is little advanced version, we don't need Sprint. And then Assist is remote assistance for the Zoho. It is like your AnyDesk but advanced than the AnyDesk. I'll show you in few time. Then Lens, again an advanced feature of Zoho which is not available either in Microsoft Office or Google Shoot. Then Writer is your MS Word document, Sheet is the MS Excel, and Show is the PowerPoint. So we'll just have a preview of Click. If I just click here, what happens is it goes to this screen. If you have your internal trainings of the office, all these recordings can be done. Say you are free now, you want to take some training, or you want to call your staff for a group call. Using Zoho freely, you can access it. You can create various channels, you can create a group call. So a lot of options are available. In detail, I'm not going, just for your information. Then you have a bot which is more advanced. That is, say for example, that I want to send a message tomorrow morning 10 o'clock that this meeting is there, or this thing has to be done. So automatically I can give bot instruction that send a message at 10 a.m. that this meeting is there, or everything has to do this. So all this communication can be done. Then work drive is similar. Project, again, project is managing your task. So you can add new tasks. You can add who are all the responsible person for the task, what are the tasks to be done, what are the templates. So these are the task creation, then the calendar, then the reports, documents, milestone, timesheet, all the data are available. It is simple, not much complicated. 1 or 2 days, you just use it and you can find it easily. Then the Assist. Now, Assist is similar to your AnyDesk. Today, what we are doing for the remote working, we use AnyDesk or Zoom. But AnyDesk or Zoom, what is the disadvantage is, if the AnyDesk has to be connected, then the opposite person should sit there and he should click on. That is the biggest challenge. Now, sometimes what happens is that there are certain systems which I regularly use. Say my staff are using 7 systems in my office and they want to access it. I just need to switch on. I don't need to connect to AnyDesk if we are using Zoho remotely. Now, if I'm using Zoho remotely, there is something, remote support is like using AnyDesk or TeamViewer. One thing is unattended access. Now, what is this unattended access is, if I install this unattended access app in my system in which I want to use anytime and keep the system on. Now sitting here remotely, I can directly access the system without anyone giving me the access control. That is what is Zoho Assist. It is a remote desktop connection assistant which helps you to connect to a remote desktop without someone giving access there. That is unattended access. Then another beautiful feature is a lens. Now today what happens is we are unable to do certain physical verification. Now unable to do certain physical verification in the sense, say for example, I want to go for stock audit, but because of COVID situation, I'm unable to do the stock audit or do some physical verification. This lens feature is a very beautiful feature where it will connect your mobile phone with the software. Now say for example that I want to do a physical verification of some stock or some system which is a very small work, but I cannot go there, but I want to do it. But using this Zoho lens, I can access the person's camera. That is, say my the company representative is there in the company. I want to see the stock. I will tell him to install this Zoho app in his mobile phone, and then I will give a link. Say for example, this is start now. I have given start now, and then I'm connecting to Zoho lens. So this is the number. I have already installed this Zoho lens in my mobile phone. I am pressing this 31430 and granting the access to the mobile. Using the GPS location, you can track whether that person is available there or not. Now you can see my system. You can see the system. You can see me also. So it is easy to connect and do some activity. 1 minute, I'll just disconnect it. Right. So this is the advantage of Zoho lens. So these are some advantage of Zoho remotely. See, every software has some good features and better features. So in Zoho lens, two advantages there. That is unattended assist, that is remote access. Without you giving the access, it can give the access. Second is this lens feature. Now we'll proceed further. Just 5-10 minutes. I'll complete it off, whatever is my. And then the remote working tools, already I have explained TeamViewer, AnyRest, which we are already using it. Now work specific software are there. Computex software is used by many CA firms. Computex recently has given a Compu web software, that is you can access your Computex remotely. Some 4,000 or 5,000 rupees you have to spend, and without having a static IP, you can access the data of your Computex in your office. Every setup is done by the Computex. Then there are ClearTax, Gen software. Different people are using different software, which we are already using it, but many people are not using the full advantage to the full extent of this software. Then accounting software Tally is already we are using. Nowadays many people are using Zoho and QuickBooks. Now what is the advantage of using Zoho and QuickBooks is you can define your invoicing, when the invoice has to go. Automatically the Zoho software, QuickBooks software will send the invoice, and if your client is making the payment, he can just click on the invoice and make the payment. Automatic accounting entries can be done, and Tally has to change. It has also should change itself and come into the new model, otherwise it will become outdated. Then the Tally audit features, these things I have seen. One more thing I wanted to explain you is the E2 Tally software. Now E2 Tally software is one extra Excel utility which you can buy from online. Now what is the advantage is, many people ask me, sir, can I export the data from Excel to Tally to pass the voucher entry? Now practically to do it, it is little complicated unless and until you don't know the database of Tally. But E2 Tally Soft, it has created one app which will be installed in your Excel. You just need to give the data in the format. Say for example your bank statement, you import the bank statement in your Excel using E2 Tally Soft. Once you import the data in E2 Tally Soft, it will do some settings, and automatically then you can import the Excel data in Tally, and automatically entry can be passed. So certain things you need to be careful, like the ledger name, all these things you need to classify, but work can be done faster. Then some other office utility software are there, which is available, and many of us don't know, like File. File is one software which is an intelligent expense management utility. Normally any expense, what will happen, we'll have a voucher. Now just scan the document and upload in File, automatically it will pass the entry. So you don't need to pass the entry for the vouchers and expenses. Using File, you can use it. Then next software is Perfios. Very beautiful software. Now it is a paid version. Maybe for a single client you may have to spend some 600 or 700 rupees. Now what is this Perfios is, it is a software where you can link your bank account to this website. Security is there, you don't need to worry. And based on the bank statement, automatically Perfios will do the analysis of bank statement and give you the summary of the transactions, and even to the extent of the accounting level to certain extent. Now these are used by many financial companies for analyzing the bank statement. It is not only bank statement, it is also the analyzing the financial statement. This Perfios can be used. Some now what happens for individual filing, they don't maintain books of accounts, and when we ask the data, they are having some 5 bank account, 10 credit card account. Now how to manage that, file the return? It takes time to summarize the bank statement of 5 bank accounts and then they summarize some 5 or 10 credit card. It becomes little difficult. Nothing, you create an account for that client in Perfios. Just you need to sit with the client for some time to linking the bank or update the bank and credit card. Automatic analysis will be done in Perfios. You don't need to maintain the full books of account to generate the summary. That is one Perfios. Then Canva is one beautiful designing software which you can use for designing your newsletters. Already pre-designed formats are there. It is a free version which is powerful, and paid version is also more powerful. Free version is also okay for us, where you can design your document front pages. Lot of templates are available with easy settings. Just to put your logo, prepare your newsletter, send to your clients. All these things can be done. Then Upwork. Now the many times we don't know to whom to contact for any software related work. Say I want to set up my website, whom to find? Some person is there, he is charging very high. How to find reasonably? So Upwork is one website where you can hire software professional, and different professional, various professionals are there. You can see their work, test their works, and get professional at reasonable rate at very good pricing. Next is bulk SMS package, which I wanted to show a demo. Because of time restriction, I'm not showing it. Now what is the advantage of this bulk SMS packages? Today for billing and collection, it becomes a big challenge. We send emails they don't look. So using bulk collection, bulk SMS package, what you can do is you take your outstanding from your software, party name along with the mobile number, what is the fees outstanding. Then you buy any bulk SMS package. I have just given one package, Message Club, which I am using. There are many companies which are available. You can also use this. Now this is a Excel file. You go to bulk SMS, then you have to click create a message. In the create a message, what will happen? This Excel file will be converted to a CSV file and uploaded in the SMS software. Then each and every field will be linked, like mobile number will be linked to the mobile number based on which SMS will be sent. Dear Mr. So client name will be linked to the Excel field. Then your fees is pending for so and so service. Service for data will be linked. Then amount data will be linked. Automatically within 4 minutes, 5 minutes, just link the data and send the message. For 100 or thousands of your client, within 5 minutes you can send the message of pending list. So this one bulk SMS package, it's very cheaply. Hardly, if you buy a package of 1 lakh, then the cost is around 9 or 10 paise. And most of the do not disturb also they give access. Then LastPass is one Google extension which I use for the password storage. Today password storage is a big trouble, and we are finding very difficult to store all the password, retrieve it. Password storage is very secured. I was also initially little hesitant to use it, but since I started using it, I am loving it. I don't use it for my bank purpose, but other than that, to access my GST website of my clients. All the data is stored within click of a second. I can access to the GST password of various clients, so that easily I can file the return. And then one small utility, light shot, it is not that we may use it, but I find it very powerful. Light shot is a small software. I'll just show you a demo. Say for example, I am looking at a website and I want the screen to copy. Normally you copy, save, print, in, nothing to be done. Screenshot, that is light shot, is already installed in my system. I think my Windows some error is there because of power. I'll just check it. Okay, so I'll just click on this light shot which is available here. I click on this. This data is copied. I can save it on my desktop, or if I want, I can use it on my PPT, whatever things is there. So same screenshot is there. So I am just copying this screenshot. Maybe I want to use it in my PPT. I can just press Control V and then data is pasted here. A very small utility, but many times I struggle to download the images and then find a copy and paste all these things. So screenshot is one small utility. So with this, I have completed my session. So to the extent possible, what are the utilities which are useful for the CA office, and what are the technology hardware changes which you can make for your office? I have taken in the time available out of my practical experience. One thing is that until and unless one person in your organization is not involved in technology, you cannot make the changes. Either you or your partner or someone should be involved in the change to manage a technology. You should have a technology officer, even to a minimum 15 to 20 size member of a firm should have one person, maybe not dedicated or part-time, who can help you. Otherwise, today's world, the antivirus software, that is the virus, ransomware attack, security issues are creating big issues. In spite of keeping lot of measures, we are unable to solve it. But using the remote servers, all these security issues can also be solved. So thank you very much for your patient hearing. Now we go to the question answer session. So any questions you can ask. Some questions have come in the chat box.
I'm just sharing my screen. Thank you so much, Vinodh ji, for such a wonderful presentation. Of course, we have CA Sundararajan also, who is joining us now. Sundararajan sir, we will take the questions and maybe you can give a closing remarks and your views. Thank you, Sundararajan sir. So we have got many questions. I will just read out the question. It is there on the screen also, I think, Vinodh ji. Can you see?
Yeah, it is there. Yeah.
I'll read it out anyway for the benefit of all. Can we save the client data on Google Drive, whether it is safe?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Client data you can save in the Google Drive. It is safe. The only safety feature or safety thing what you need to check is that your email password should be strong so that no one can hack it. Otherwise, your client data is safe in your Google Drive.
Next question: how is data compatibility managed in cloud computing?
Okay, in data compatibility model, what is important in data compatibility or the software compatibility? I mean that you are talking about the softwares. If you are using a cloud computing and you are using Tally, then ensure that your server, that is, if you see, Amazon has around 30 to 40 locations of their server, and same way Microsoft Azure is having some 80 to 90 locations of the web server. For using the server in online, you have to ensure that you use the place IP, that is the server should be located in India. Then only Tally will be working. If you take a international server location of storage of your data, Tally may not work, because once the IP is showing of international, then the Tally, you have to take an international version of Tally. So for using Tally, Indian server should be there. Otherwise, other software data compatibility, whatever you are using in Windows, that can be used in the server. Best is if you are using from long time many software, you can use Windows Server 2012, which is compatible with all the software. We are also using the same. Or if you want to try, you can try now. That is, I have already shown you how to use Microsoft Azure. You just take a trial version of your software in the Microsoft Azure portal in maybe 2016 server and try it out. So data compatibility is not an issue unless and until you are using the very latest server 2019, which is not updated by the software.
Can we work on Tally and Genius in Amazon Cloud? CA Beldi
Yes.
Sridhar from Hyderabad.
So yes, sir. Tally Genius can be used in Amazon Cloud. So Amazon Cloud or Amazon server, any server machine, what is the advantages? If you are having a single user Tally, you install the single user Tally in the server machine, and the people you are using, the number of say 10 people are using the Tally, automatically 10 people can use a single user system in the cloud computing option. So there is no that multiple multi-user license is not required. So all the software can be used because it is like it is a server. It is a Windows software, nothing new. Only thing is that the hardware is not with you. Hardware is managed by the Amazon.
Any cloud softwares for manufacturing industries available?
There are
Lakshmi
many softwares available, but it is specific to what is your requirement. Based on that, we need to see the software. But based on the requirement, the software, whether you want a manufacturing for the accounting purpose or for the purpose of the managing the work, it depends on that.
CA Kuthalingam KT. Oracle is also providing cloud service. There are also third-party providers that he has. I think he's sharing his knowledge.
Yeah, maybe yeah. Sir Kuthalingam sir has been a great resource for me. He has been helping me a lot in my practice from earlier days in knowledge sharing. He's though he's of a senior person, but in technology is very forward, even forward than me. He has a lot of interest in Kuthalingam sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Kuthalingam sir.
Yeah.
Next we have TR Ramanathan sir. Please explain how to save our data on cloud.
Sir, again, one thing to save on the cloud, if you are using the server, that is the online cloud computing, it is just like a hardware. That is a Windows is there, D drive, C drive is there. You are saving the data there. The data is secured in the online. If you are using the Google Drive, then the process is little different. You can use the online mode or you can install the Google Drive in your system. So saving the data in a cloud is very simple. You log in using remote desktop, your Windows is opened, the Windows desktop is, that is the Windows Explorer is open, normal saving like how you save in a computer.
Next, Deepak Jain. You said we can install any software we want. I have purchased Tally Gold version. Can I link my Tally Gold version to the server?
It is not linking the Tally Gold version to the server. Wherever it is installed now, you have to uninstall the Tally, again install the Tally in the cloud computing server. Ensure that it should be a Indian IP, that is the server which you are selecting should be of India, and then install the Tally software. Again reactivate your license, your gold license will be working.
Shripad Shetty, can you please kindly show us Excel use of Tally data?
Excel user, one data I have shown you. See, one case Excel uses. See, when you export, there are two options. One is you directly export to Excel and then work on the Tally. Another option is linking option, which I have shown. Open the Tally, open the Excel, then you link the Tally and Excel. It becomes more advantageous. I'll share you one of my experience. I had to prepare a financial statement compiling 6 Tally data. And I know that client will make minimum 4 to 5 times some changes or other. So this is no, I forgot that, I have forgot. And there are more than 1 lakh transactions in that Tally data. You know that when in Tally data there is more than 1 lakh transaction, then the Tally itself becomes slow. So what I did is, this is where I got the help of connecting the Excel with Tally. I exported, linked the Excel and all the 6 companies with the Excel, prepared a template, and then updated. Any change within 5 minutes, my updated financial statement in Excel is ready. So you need to use it, explore it, then you will get it. In Google form, can we send previous? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Please,
yes, sir. You can send. Yeah. Yeah. In Google form, there is that is some extensions are available. Using those extension and by making some payment, the free version, limited data are there. By using these extensions, you can add the previous year certain data, pre-filled data, and attach in the Google form.
Next
And
question
you
is
can ask
from
the client.
Oh, yes. Sorry, sir. Please finish, sir.
Yeah, I've completed, sir. Next question here.
Yes, Sri Yashaswini has asked this one. Thank you for the great session. My query is, with the advent of softwares which perform the task of conversion of PDF to Word Excel, can we take the help of online tools, and how far is it safe? For example, we depend on online sites which perform the functions of conversion of files for PDF to Excel, Word to PDF, CAM scanner, etc. Is it safe?
Sir, if you are using the online version of storing any, that is converting any file from PDF to Excel or Excel to PDF, I have my own apprehension that it is not safe, because these people are providing the free data service. Even though they are giving a disclaimer that we don't store the data, then too it is risky. If it is a very secure data, I would suggest that never use that free options of, that is online option. You just attach the file and it will convert into PDF and then send it. Rather than that, nowadays using Microsoft Office 365, in the software itself, you have the option to convert the data from Word to PDF or PDF to Word. All these options are available in the, I think from Office 2013 onwards, this option is available. Use those options, or you can install a software like Primo PDF or PDF converter in your system. Don't use the online version, is my suggestion.
As Vinodh sir said, there's no such thing as a free lunch. So if there's any sensitive data that you're giving, it would be better. Just like how you take even a simple thing like Facebook. They say, oh, they're giving us so much thing for no consideration. That consideration is you only. Your data has the consideration
Marketing.
for them.
Marketing.
So, marketing, everything. So no such thing as a free lunch. So rightly, as he said, be careful. Can Excel data be uploaded in Tally, and how to upload it? Shruti Kannan.
See, there are two methods. If you are able to understand the database of Tally, then you can first export the data from Excel, that is Tally to Excel, and then manage and change it. But that is little complicated option. Another option is I have given a software, E2 Tally Soft. It is again developed by a chartered accountant, very beautifully developed. I am not a marketing agent of that person, but I like that software. That's why I am giving that suggestion. So that software you can use it, where it is very simple to use it. You can just transfer the data from Excel to Tally with ease without much understanding the database.
There are some more questions which have come now, sir. So I just read them out. It's on the side in that questions tab. CA Amaljit has said, I am using OneDrive for storage. Based on this session, I am thinking about using Azure. Can I use it as a server as well as storage, or do I need another drive for data storage?
Okay, there are two options, sir. You use Azure or you use Amazon. Choice is yours. There is nothing specific. See, when coming to software, there is nothing love story. You don't get attached to anything. You like Azure, use it. You don't like it, change it to Amazon. So don't get attached with any software. If you get attached to any software, then you will not be able to update it. It is a good decision. Azure is also many big companies use Azure. So though Azure is in the second number level, but many big companies use Azure. Now, how the data storage happen? Two methods is there. When I purchase the server in Azure, I take a plan 7 GB RAM plus 1 GB, 1 TB database. So what happens? Whatever my system I am getting online with 7 GB RAM and 1 TB terabyte of database I am getting, it is inclusive part. If I want to take additional storage capacity, you don't need to take additional storage capacity unless and until you want to take a mirror backup. Say for example, I have little apprehension. My data maybe sometimes some trouble may happen. So what I can do is I can take a server in Microsoft Azure and I can rent a storage space in Amazon. Then using some software, take a mirror backup of my data which is available in Microsoft Azure to the storage data in Amazon. So multiple options are available. Separate storage is not required. Same storage you can be use it. Separate storage is required. Only you need to take a backup.
CA Venkatesavakumar Duru. Since few features are good in G Suite and some in Zoho, etc., how to make good tools in G Suite work with Zoho tools so that we have a seamless workflow.
So that is the biggest challenge which we are also facing it. Everyone don't be 100. There is nothing called as 100% perfect. Some advantage, some disadvantage are there. Depending upon the use, you can see. Like in Zoho, two features are very good. One is the unattended access of the remote desktop and the lens feature. And when compared to Google Suite and Microsoft, when you compare Google Suite, Excel, Word, everything is online. Google Form is very beautiful, but Excel, I'll tell you, the best. So no compromise for Excel when it comes to big data work. But then too, we have to somewhere make depending upon our work. Say for example that we have very less work related to lens or unattended. Some package we can, some users we can purchase Zoho. Some users, many users we can purchase, which is more beneficial. And specific users, specific software can be used. But integration, okay, that's a big challenge. Maybe data storage, you can centralize it.
Is there any specific training to be given to CAs, CA professors, maybe using these tools? Yes, yes.
At specific training, it depends upon your interest. Now, this technological changes, I'll tell you how I have learned Microsoft Azure is just a phone call. My friend made a call that I'm buying a server. Then second day he said, no, this is too costly. I will buy Amazon cloud service. He said 8,000 rupees per month. Then my intuition become, what is this Amazon server? Then immediately I went to Amazon server, installed one server within some half an hour, looking at YouTube video. Then next day he called, no, Microsoft Azure is good. Then what? Okay, Microsoft. I tried Microsoft Azure. Within 15 minutes, I found Microsoft Azure more faster to install than Amazon web server. It is purely about your interest. Now, it depends upon you. If you want to have a specialized training, you can go to specialized training. Otherwise, for me, whatever I have learned, totally majority is only from YouTube. Just search. But biggest problem with search is you get many things you need to filter out. But apart from that, I've learned many things.
ERP and accounting composite software for man. Oh, this we have already taken up. If we have Microsoft Azure and want to open Tally, it opens in Tally installed on server or in the desktop application.
Everything is on the server. Desktop is only for connecting you to the server. Now, another one advantage which I forgot to mention about this server is, say for example, now what is the biggest challenge if you have a offline server? Your additional system which you are having should be have a high speed. Then only the speed will be there in the data flow. But when you are using cloud computing, you don't need to worry about your own desktop speed. Reason is whatever you are going to use is online, remote desktop, and the speed will be of the server, not of your desktop. So if your desktop is a small, that is an older version of desktop with a reasonable speed of 10 Mbps of internet, your Internet Explorer or Google Chrome is good and 10 Mbps speed is there, your server speed will be high and you can work more efficiently. So no data is stored in your desktop. All the data is stored only on the server. And again, printing option, printing is connected to your desktop system. There are some settings are there. Otherwise, you can use remote printing for Google Print. You can use, yeah.
Can we download cloud data in future to local PC?
Anytime you can download, sir. There are many apps and software available. You give auto backup facility. Say for example, today I'm using Amazon server. Suddenly I find that no, this is not comfortable for me. Or I have purchased a plan of 4 GB plan. I want to migrate to 7 GB or 10 GB plan. Nothing. That's what I'm telling. Your data storage in your server, make it simple. One folder where data storage should be there. Under that, 3 folder, one temporary folder, one tally folder, one your data folder which requires a backup. So that what happens, only that data you backup in your system or external storage drive, source this server by another server. There is no there is no marriage which you are doing with Amazon or Microsoft. So anytime you can take the backup, anytime you can remove, anytime you can upgrade 1 hour, within 1 hour you can upgrade to faster system.
How to transfer the existing data from physical server to cloud server?
Transferring the data from physical server, first time, say for example, how your data is. First collect all your data in one folder. Then you create your Amazon server or Microsoft Azure server. Just copy paste. Simple. So it is not that much, but okay, since the data is huge, it may be because my data of working for the past 10 years, some 400, 500 GB data are there. So it takes initially some time for transferring the data. So you should plan, if you are planning to change from your offline server to online server, ensure that you are given 2 days time. Maybe you can start on Friday evening copying the data. That one problem is that, okay, nowadays speed of internet is also fast. You don't need to worry about that. So maybe you can start in a weekend. 2 days is enough for your setup, and so that Monday everything is again online.
Sir, can we take mirror backup of data on cloud to a local drive or machine server? I think you
Yes,
just
both the
answered
things
that.
are possible. If mirror backup you want, you can buy additional storage from external servers from anywhere in the world, so that your data can be more safer, and the choice is there. Available option is available there.
And last question for the day. Similarly, for merge files using online software, I don't know what that means. Can we merge files using the? I think they're asking, is it safe?
Google, yeah. See, if you are using Google Shoot to merge the file, it is safe. But if you are using from the external software, like say for that maybe you are, I think you are asking for the SMS software, maybe the Message Club. So Message Club software, I have used it.
They're talking about merging files, joining files like PDF. You have to merge 3-4 PDFs online.
Again,
They
if it
use
is
the
safe,
software.
yeah, then it is not advisable, sir. Better use a software which is on the system. Don't use the online versions. We don't know what it is up to. See, chances are remote that something may happen. But even if out of 1 lakh case, one thing happens that belongs to us, it is a troublesome for us.
One more question has come, sir. If we put Tally Gold license in cloud, can 5 users input the data from 5 different systems?
20 users can put. Even single user, multiple users can put. No restriction.
I think we have reached the end of the questions, Vinodh ji. Thank you so much for a very wonderful address and answering the questions. I request C.A. Sundararajan to please share his thoughts and his concluding views for the program.
Namaskaram, sir.
Namaskaram, sir.
Yes, sir. Namaskaram. I find him to be a machine. He's delivering what is the requirement of the CS. In this program, you have done wonderful job, sir. You have delivered as a mission what is required for the CS. I have certain queries like but most of them have been asked, right? But most of it is I have a doubt on security.
Yes, sir.
Security basic costs where I find see you work like a 3-tier berth what we have in a train. We as a chartered accountant are in the middle berth. The upper berth is the one, the lower berth is our client, and the upper berth is the technology. So we are not able to match the lower berth and the upper berth, and we are only doing the starving. I mean, we are only getting crushed in between. So you as far as your thing is saying, if it is a company, our company is a very big company. We don't require all these softwares anywhere else and cloud making whatever it is required is not required for us because our company will be having everything with us and every client of us will be served. And the first thing is client will be educated to use the software and you give the documents for using the software, everything it will be educated. And the second level is the middle practicing chartered accountant and the very low level practicing chartered accountants. So for these two people, this is of a much useful session because we have got a lot of information from you. Even in office, I can say, though you say you are using 20 people in your office. Yes, I'm using 20 people in my office, but I don't have trust on any of the data stored in this system because everybody is handling it. Everybody is handling. That is not right. I used to tell my people because when we are maintaining it manually, one particular file is if it is required, it has to be indented. Somebody has to put the indent that I need this file because I'm a product of Fraser and Ross, where they'll ask me to write the requests to ask for the particular file, and then only they'll give me the data. But here it is accessible to everyone. Every data is accessible to everyone because we are all and the lower level is very single, two, three people working in an office is very lower level. So for them, this is very useful. But the security of the client's data, that is what is my worry, sir. Can you address on that?
So the client data, if you are using an offline mode, then you need to use lot of tools. But again, there you need to take a support of an external person or a software technology person. But if you are using a remote desktop or a online clouding, what happens is, as I said, there you can restrict the users. Now, my biggest worry in my office when I was not using, when I was using the offline mode is anyone can copy the data from my office and go. So biggest worry. Now, when I use the cloud computing, what happens? I can restrict it. Only 2 or 3 person can copy any data from outside inside my server, or from any one, only out of 20 users, only 2 or 3 people are allowed to copy data from the server to outside. So when you use the online computing, automatically your user level control uses the security feature, and you enable that no copying of data from be done from the system to the outsider, then your data is automatically secured. But only one thing here is that you have to be careful about the users and their password. That is where many people lack on. Your password should be strong. Who are the users? You have to be managing it efficiently. If someone has left the job, that user should be disabled. Those kind of control should be done. Otherwise, in cloud computing, 99% of the cases, chances are very remote that someone can hack, because already they are having multiple layers of security. And if you want additional security, 4-layer, 5-layer security, like banks which you are having, you can pay and get that security level also.
Yeah, this is one type of security you are talking about. What I'm asking about is the entire data security, because we are handing it over to somebody else. Somebody is maintaining our data.
So now, when you give remote access, from where you will access the data? Like you said that in your office, you have to make a request. So here, what is the changes? I am giving access to the specified data. Say, for example, that this particular folder only I want to give access to someone. That kind of restriction can be there. So these kind of restriction can be done using the cloud computing, and it is more secured for your data or whatever data, provided it is used in the cloud. If it is used outside, nothing can be, then nothing can be done.
Yeah, what I wanted to ask is, we are more dependent on the external machines.
Yes.
I understand what Sundarajan says. It is encrypted, sir. So that way, that person, they will not be able to use it. Their business is to just to store. They'll offer the storage space. They are not going to venture into the files itself.
Sorry, privacy issues of the cloud computing you are talking. No,
Yes.
They are controlled by the international laws. I'll tell you, they cannot barge into your server. If they do it, then you can claim millions of dollars as compensation. So this privacy issue in the server maintenance of Amazon, Microsoft is not a small thing. Even the Microsoft technician by himself cannot log into your server without your permission, unless you don't give an access.
Okay.
The risk that exists is with hackers, sir. Just like how somebody can come and break your house door and come inside, like that, some hackers can also do it. But our view is that the door is strong enough so that the cloud person, he'll be secure enough to protect us from the hackers, is the belief. So, any other thoughts that you wish to share?
Yeah, which I think we can conclude, sir. Instead of depending on our brain, I think we are hiring it to a storage space.
Yes.
Earlier, we have been using our brain to store everything. Now we are using another space for that. Yeah, and wonderful. Thank you for our wonderful session, sir. I thank Abhishek for giving me an opportunity as a secretary of SIRC, and also our chairman in absentia. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vinodh Kothari ji. Thank you, Sundarajan sir.
Sir.
As I already announced, we have forthcoming programs. Request everybody to please tune in and register for the programs before they get filled out, and ensure you please join for the program. Wonderful address by Vinodh Kothari ji, especially showing examples how to register and go and join the cloud. All that was really something many of us, I think most of them try.
Everyone explained that, okay, you can do this, you can do this. Something if I store, then only you will use it. See, then only you have the confidence.
Absolutely.
more-
I think most
You
of our
gave us
members,
lot of
they are
information,
used
sir.
to hearing use cloud. They've never seen how to use cloud. So you
How
have
to
been
use cloud,
showing
yeah.
us how to do it. So it was very, very nice. And the practical presentation, lot of good views. And I think many people have been asking, will this program be uploaded for further view? Yes, we'll be uploading the program on the SARC website. We are trying to, in fact, embed the YouTube video so that you see the program, you can watch it live there itself. I think in the next few days it will come. And we'll also be sharing the PPT. Already the handout is there here. If you want, you can download it. If you have missed out, then that will also be uploaded, so you can see that also. So thank you once again to Vinodh ji. Thank you, Sundarajan sir. Thank you all the viewers for joining us
Thank you.
today. Please join us for the future programs also. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Bye.